Well, thank you for that, because one of the ways that you invite participants to take this journey is through Bloomfest. Can you share a little bit about why Bloomfest, and what is the journey through this Bloom experience and the evolution of that experience through Bloomfest?
I would say why Bloomfest, but first understand that Bloomfest is an expression of the Institute, of the Bloom Institute, in which we are developing and formulating this philosophy, if you will, this vocabulary, element-based frameworks that help us to expand. And so Bloomfest is kind of like the flowering of that, where we create a platform for people who are flowering, who are blooming, who have big impossible goals, to use the festival as a platform to showcase, to celebrate, to learn, to inspire each other. So Bloomfest is a project inside of the Bloom Institute in which we are coming together to celebrate the big ideas, the big goals, the big projects that we are each working on.
Wonderful. I want to turn to Kweku now. Kweku, you've been blooming on this blooming journey for a while. How has the Bloom philosophy and experience influenced your life? And in particular, what did you hear for yourself?
Thank you, Jacqueline. Wow, yeah, I mean, Olu and I met randomly in Ghana back in 2018. And we were formally introduced by a friend of ours, and Olu gave me Bloom the Essential Journey as a gift. And I was not prepared because I'm not a massive reader, and I'm not somebody who reads a book a week like many of my friends do. But that book, I flew through it, and I contacted Olu, and I was like, I don't get it. It just was so easy to read, and it felt so natural. He said, this book is not, it's calibrated. It's designed for a particular person. And I was like, wow. And soon after, Olu put a call out on Facebook, which I answered, which offered this vision of, or this possibility of massive expansion. And I somehow thought it was a bit kind of brazen to offer this, but I decided that, you know what, I'm up for it. I want to go. I want to see what this how this can be possible. And so I signed up. And so I've been journeying on Bloom's Intensive Journey, which is a program that happens remotely for those of us who are really interested in seeing how we can ground our creativity and really find the roots of our creativity and begin to action it in collective. And so I've been on that journey since then. And what it did for me very practically was it helped me anchor my own vision, which emerged as the collective that became known as OWL. And OWL is a kind of amalgamation of my story, all my passions, my talents, my gift, and it really hopes to serve my big impossible goal. And my big impossible goal is that, you know, every human being experiences home. So it's the creation of a portal into Ghana, which is my home, the home of my parents, and into Africa, where people feel valued, that they belong, and they can shine their unique light and be in service to the world. And, you know, I set a huge target, which was that 1 million people through our broadcast, through our events, through our Zooms, and through our activities would have achieved this about a year ago. And what it did was it created this kind of frequency in how I worked, which gathered 100 people plus from around the world around this vision, and who have all individually begun to bloom as well. So it was an extraordinary experience. It's a pleasure to be on this journey with Olu, and it was a pleasure, and I'm sure we get to it, to host Olu in Ghana a couple of years after our meeting.